first challenges is indeed to get the data. I think the consumers and the person just that are interested in any marketing services understand data is their personal data is increasingly a currency. So the marketers need to come to them with appropriate content, with something that really is going to be of value. There is so much competition, so much noise, so to speak, on the various channels, that the marketers must stand out by proposing something that is absolutely relevant. And it's only in that context that then customers are going to be sharing their data. So that's the first aspect, how to get access to it, have to have the right offering if you want to get this data. Then the second challenge is really how to use it and have a consistent view of the customer based on the various inputs that they are going to have, how to have the best quality. We've looked at many technologies, have many know your customer kind of initiative. It remains a challenge. Now the information about the customer is more and more fragmented as the channels go and such. So the challenge for the marketer is to rebuild this persona, this customer they want to interact, and that will allow them, the marketers, to be relevant when interacting and proposing to start a conversation with customers. Well, it is extremely interesting because of the insight that can be extracted. When we talking about big data in the context of customer data, it's not only about one person, but your segmentation gets much better. You have a good idea of how a certain population or certain segments are going to behave. The challenge with big data is that it only gives you this. You have this knowledge, then how will you efficiently put it in place? How much time does it take you to prepare your campaigns, to create the right content, to interact with those customers, knowing that customers are not waiting for you to send a campaign? So that's where big data is extremely valuable, is giving us this insight, but there is still a gap that marketers need to fill in terms of putting those insights into action. Fast data is about combining this knowledge with the context of the customer. Now with technology such as mobile phones, such as even the Internet of Things, also the data that is flowing on the various channels, there is an ability to build in real time the context of a customer. Where is the customer? What is he considering? Maybe even on social network channels, being able to capture a notion of intent. So then fast data allows the combination of capturing this intent with a better image of the customer that typically comes from big data. And fast data then allows marketers to take action in the moment about this customer. And this is where we see many telecom operators, as an example, really now have campaigns that are not defined in weeks or months, as it was the case before, but just looking at the insights they get from big data, looking at the customer behavior almost in real time, they are able to set up campaigns in just a few days, if not hours, and then be able to have relevant offers that usually increases their revenue and the take up on those offers. I think the approach to those projects is very important. While you could try to model the whole world and find all the data in the world in your big data and fast data initiative, what's interesting is that in a journey you will learn a lot and you might not end up where you expect. So you need absolutely to start with an initial set of data, an initial set of services, and then use this initial set to not only educate your organization, educate your campaigns people about the new types of data they're going to have, about the possibilities that they can define in terms of action. But then what's very important, and one of the challenge that we see also for marketers, is really to kind of design for change. There will be no magic campaign that you will define and that's going to run for a year. Your competition probably has a good fraction of the data that you have. So you need to keep on building this differentiation. So you need to keep on optimizing. You need to stop what doesn't work very well. The pace at which you need to do this analysis and then extract the actions or decide on the actions to take is getting faster. And that's where getting out of an era where we would build marketing systems and programs and run them for a long time, measured in months and such, to more of the notion of very flexible campaigns based on the knowledge that you have on your customer and their behavior. And you need to be the first one seizing those behaviors and be the first one to make an offer, knowing that maybe in a few weeks that will not be as efficient anymore and you will be looking for the next one. So that's a key aspect. There is a wealth of data that is available around us as marketers. If you look at the typical landscape, there's a wealth of systems first. But what we tend to do, as an example in my team, is more looking at the data first, getting the data right, having the right systems to have data that is fresh, but is absolutely valid, that we trust. A customer is what we see. The results of the campaigns are what we see. And it's based on this foundation of absolutely right data that we can then define the actions that we are going to take. And then get ready to change all the time, fail fast if needed, and then make sure that you can scale what has been working well. It's very close to what you hear from startups in Silicon Valley and all the innovative places. But it's kind of a marketing innovation. And it's really based on a very good understanding of what your customers are doing, trying to predict what is going to work. Some of the things you'll do will work, some of them will not. And it's in this ability to understand this quickly and sort it out that you will make a big difference between just doing marketing as usual or a great marketing campaign.